Hello everyone. So today we are here to solve this LeetCode problem number 443, string compression. Let's read the description first. So we have been given an array of characters, chars like this, and we have to compress it using the following algorithm. So begin with an empty string s for each group of consecutive repeating characters in chars. If the group's length is 1, append the character to s. Otherwise, append the character followed by the group's length. Okay. The compressed string s should not be returned separately, but instead be stored in the input character array chars. Note that the group lengths are 10 or longer will be split into multiple characters in chars. Okay. After you are done modifying the input array, return the new length of the array. You must write an algorithm that uses only constant extra space. Okay. Let's look at the examples. So in the first example, we have and these are consecutive characters, and it's more than one time. So we add A and how many times it was uh, like repeated. So we add 2 since A is repeated twice. And then we have B, we add B, and then B is how many times? It's again 2 times, so we add 2. Then we have C, so we add C, and how many times is it? It's 3 times, so we add 3. And we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 characters in the new array. So this will be replaced in place, so this will be added in here, and we will return 6 as our uh, index length of the new array, and this will be added in here. The input array will be replaced, and then we have this example too. We since we have only a single a, so we only add the character and do not add the repetitions since it's just once. And in here it says if the group length is 1, append the character to s. Let's look at the example 3. So we have chars, and then we have a single time. So we add a, and then we have b, we add b, and how many times is it? B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 times. So we add 12 in here like this. And then our return is 4 since we are adding it like this. Okay, let's uh, let's think of an approach like how we can do it. I think what comes to my mind is we will, since we have to look at the entire array, so the time complexity is going to be at least O of n, since we will have to iterate at least once. So that's all. And then what we can do is like we can check if the previous element is the same as current element, then we keep incrementing our number. Otherwise, if it's different, then what we do is we like check if it's if the previous length occurrence was only one, then we do nothing. If it's more than one, then what we do is we split the number. If it's like 9, then we split it, or if it's like 19, then we split it into 1 and 9, and like that, and then append to the array. And we can keep a count, keep a index, insertion index that will keep changing the values here. And also what we can, in the end, what we will do is we will return index plus 1. So that is the length of the array, mm, the updated array. Let's look at the constraints. So we will have at least one character, and it's a lowercase English letter, uppercase English letter, digit, or symbol. Chars I can have uppercase, lowercase, digit or symbol. Okay, okay. See, but it's going to be a string, I guess. So that's fine. And let's try to write our approach. Since we will have to iterate over this array, so what we will have to do is um, let's write a for loop. Let char of chars, and then what we have is let last char equals to um, let last char, just initialize it and do nothing, and then we have let uh, last index. This will be 0, and then occurrence. Let occurrence equals to 0. Okay. Now what we do is we just compare if it's same as the last character or it's different. Then we add to the index based on the occurrences. If char is equal to last char, we increment the occurrence and do nothing. Otherwise, what we do is we update this chars at last index and add this last char to our index, and this last char is added to our last index, and this will be done only if occurrence is greater than 2 and last char exists. So last char exists. Since we don't want to insert this undefined, so we will have to add this check. And then what we can do is if we can like divide this occurrence equals to occurrence plus this, or either we can do it like this or we can simply do divide by 10. So this, and then we can simply do dot split, and then for let num of occurrences, and then we add at the last index, we add last char first, and then we increment the last index, and then we add the occurrences of it. So this will be cache. So this goes, we will have to keep it out. If index exists, and if um, if occurrence is greater than 2, then we take this num and add it to our last index and increment our last index, and in the end we return last index. So let's try to run through an example. So we have this, and let's try to dry run. Initially we have these, and then we go to the for loop and take the first character, So it will be A, and A is not equals to undefined. So what it does is it increments occurrence, and then it goes to next character, increments occurrence. If char is equals to last char, since it's not equals to last char, so it goes to else, and it checks if last char exists. Does it exist? Does it exist? No, it doesn't. Else it simply updates last char to char and increments its occurrence. Okay, so now we have last char equals to A and occurrence equals to 1, and then we get our next A. So this will be last char will be A, and this is also A, so it goes in here. What it does is it increments the occurrence and does nothing else, then goes back again, goes to B. It's not equal since it's a new char, so what it does is it comes inside last char exists, and maybe we can change this not equals to undefined, and goes to B. B is here, comes in here, char's last index was 0, so what it will do is it will make it A, and then it will increment last index come in here, it's greater than 2, so what it does is it uh, greater than 1, it it splits the occurrences and then takes the num, and then it updates at the last index the occurrence, that is 2, and increments our last index is at 2 now, and then goes back again, char last index, did we update last char? So this will be reset, last char equals to char, occurrence equals to 1. Okay, then we have last char B, last index 2, occurrence 1, we get another B, and it increments occurrence to 2, then we get a C, and its last char is it updates B at this position, and then what it does is it checks if the occurrence is greater than 1, then it splits, and after splitting it has um, num at the place of last index, so it will have 2 here, and then last index will be 0 1 2 3 4, and then it updates last char to char, that is B, that is C, and occurrence to 1. Okay, C now has an occurrence of 1, so last char is C, occurrence is 1, and then goes in again, takes the C in here, update increments the occurrence, then again C increments the occurrence, comes outside, and then Once it's outside, we will have to um, check this again. So once it's outside, what we do is we do this. We take the chars and updates at the last index, the last char, increment, and then add the C3. And then we have last index and we return it. Let's try to run it. Okay, succeeded. Let's try to submit. And it's O of n since we are only iterating once, and space is also of n since of 1 since we are not using any additional space apart from this constant space. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.